on your red dress and slip on your high heels.
Hey, it's your girl, Dr. Harris, live here at Black I Am Radio. Just ready for my show today. I've been feeling so great this day. Woke up with high vibrations, and no matter what tried to pull them down, it was unsuccessful because I'm still high, naturally that is. So today we are going to continue with our subject that we started on last week. And that is I choose life, I choose to live. When you think about I choose life, I choose to live, you think about different angles from that. Today, we are just going to talk about real conversations, real life situations that we encounter as a people that we have to decide that we're going to choose life. And so for some people it's health issues, some people it's mental issues, some people it's just family issues, some people it's just issues. And then some people have learned to love themselves. And so instead of accepting the issues, they overcome the issues and move forward. I seen today on Facebook, my friend Kathy Smith, shouts out to K Smith Entertainment, K Smiles Entertainment, I'm sorry. She was talking about, she put a comment out there, and it was very, very vital that we understand some things about this comment that she put out there. And that comment was about people, once people have gotten past a situation, how other people continue to try to bring that situation up to bring that person down. That's one of the aspects of I choose life, I choose to live, because no matter what people think, people are going to think and say what they want to say. However, it has to be your choice to continue to move forward in spite of what people say. I bring that back to one of the scriptures when it says that, what does it say? It talks about, no weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rise up against me shall be put to cease. That is so vital, because when you've went through things and you've overcome them, you cannot allow for what people say to dictate your future, because everything that we go through in life is a part of our journey, no matter what it is. And so if you allow for people to dictate your future, then you'll get stuck, or you'll go backwards to the same place that you was before you got to the point of moving forward or being delivered. And so I'm very excited today because I want this to be an interactive show. I want you to call in at 404-496-5111. That's 404-496-5111 to conversate with us. When you think about I choose life, call in and tell us a situation or a story of you choosing life. And so let me make sure that the phone lines are available to you. And then I will definitely love to hear from you. In the meantime and in between time, I want to bring Sandy P onto the microphone and just let her talk. Sandy is not only a friend, but we work very closely together. And then she also has S.E. Pruitt Consulting that I've been seeing doing some very, very amazing things. Her setting up the businesses that she do, but I don't have to tell about her. She could tell about herself. Hey, Sandy.
Hi, everybody, and thank you all for joining in. I'm happy to see all you here. Hope you make sure you call in. We're looking for a really powerful program today. So we want you all to call in, participate with us, give us your thoughts on what's going on, and let's just have a good time today. For those who don't know me, I'm Sandy Pruitt. I'm the owner of S.E. Pruitt Consulting, which is a nonprofit and small business consulting firm. I work with people to help them set up their own nonprofits or small businesses, and not just here locally. I've worked with people and set up small businesses everywhere: New York, North Carolina, Maryland, Texas, Tennessee, Florida, Alabama. So it doesn't matter. I can set it up. Even though I'm here in Georgia, I can set up your small business. But the thing about me setting up your small business, if you go online or you talk to some of the organizations or groups that about helping you set up a small business or helping you set up your nonprofit, you're talking about fees from $1,000 up to help you set up. My purpose in setting up my organization, my firm, was to be able to help people who wanted to have a business but didn't have everything, all the money they needed to start their business because they needed the money to keep the business going or get the business going. And it didn't seem fair for them to have to spend $1,500 or $1,800 on it didn't seem fair to have them spend that type of money to set their business up. So my goal was to make sure that anybody who wanted to set up a business would be able to do it at an affordable rate. So for people who interested in setting up a small business, I can help you set that up for under $300. If you're interested in setting up a nonprofit, I can help you set that up for under $600. And that includes having your articles of incorporation, getting your bylaws, helping you with your EIN, get your EIN number, helping you with board development once you set up. Because the one thing I do, I tend to look at every client that I have as part of my family. So I work with them even past setting up the business. If you need help, once you get set up in board development, I'll work with you on board development, strategic planning, long range planning. I'll work with you and help you to do your long range planning, your strategic planning, proposals, event proposals, project proposals. I will help you set up and put together your proposal. I will help you. There was a time that I did grants. I actually wrote the grants for organizations. I don't do a lot of grant writing now, but I do the research and helping find, if you're looking for a grant, I will go out there and do some research to try to find a grant that could possibly help you in your business. And I also work with small businesses and nonprofits so that they can collaborate with each other. Sometimes there's funding out there, and one organization or the nonprofit may have the background to apply for the grant, to the credentials rather, to apply for the money, but don't have anybody to actually carry forth the program, the proposal. So that's when you collaborate with another nonprofit or another small business that can do the things that the grant is acting for. So you two collaborate together. But that's something we can all talk about. I do consultations. I take phone calls. You can call me. Well, you can email me at sepruittconsulting@gmail.com. So if you're interested in starting a small business, and once you set your business up, I will continue to work with you, helping you if you need to do fundraisers, or just helping you meet other small businesses and helping you make your business be the best that it can be. So that's what I would do with you.
All right, we already have a caller calling in. Let's see who's calling in today. Hold on for a second. Hello, caller, and who do I have a pleasure of speaking with today?
Good afternoon, everybody.
All right, just a second. Let me put you on hold for just a quick second, and then we will tune in just a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And whom do I have a pleasure of speaking with today?
Good afternoon, everybody. This is the musical poetry rights. And I want to take the time out to shout out the radio station to you guys. You guys gave me an opportunity when I first came out here on tour from New York. Gave me a platform, and I'm so proud and so honored to call you guys family.
All right, let me put you on hold for just a second. All right, Jay Rice, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. I apologize for that. Just a little technical difficulty. Sometimes that Bluetooth want to jump from one place to another. But we have you on the line. And can you repeat what you stated a few seconds ago so that the world can hear you?
Yes. I want to take the time, my guys. I'm a musical poet, and I travel around. And the show and Dr. Harrison, the Black I Am, gave me an opportunity, gave me the platform that people would allow me to have. And with that, it gave me confidence. And I went on and I went to the Apollo Theater and was the first musical poet in the 88 years of the Apollo history.
Wow. So you said...
History, and I'm humbled to say it. Just go. What happened, Dr. Harris?
I hear you. Something's going on. It just keeps jumping back to the actual phone. Can you hear me now? Something going on with the reception. I'm so sorry. Just a second.
Yeah.
We're almost there. I don't know. Is the real? Can you hear me? Okay. Can I hear you?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So just go ahead and repeat what you said. Okay. Here we go.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, so to make a long story short, I'm sorry, just because I couldn't hear you, I keep forgetting. As long as they can hear with the earphones on over there, I don't have to hear you. But you know, I like to hear your voice because it's so musical and so amazing. Tell the wife I said hello. And so Jay Rice, you moved here to Atlanta. Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you, everybody out there. God bless everybody out there. Let me just say this to you guys, man. Dr. Harris is an amazing individual. You know, everything to me is I believe in energy, spirits, and God. So.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. Today is our part 2 of I Choose Life, I Choose to Live. What does that mean to you?
Wait, what did you say?
Today is our part 2 segment of I Choose Life, I Choose to Live. What does that statement mean to you?
Actual life, actual to live?
I choose life, I choose to live.
Oh, I choose life and I choose to live.
Yes, what does that mean to you?
Yes. If I was one, that means for me, many years ago, I was existing. And there's a big difference between living and existing. Some people just go through life existing. And that's not what God wants you to do. He wants you to live. And life is about love. And what happens is when you're existing, you're bitter, you're miserable, you use every excuse as a crutch. I could have easily used my imprisonment for a crutch, all my losses as a crutch. But I choose to get up and get out there and win. So there I am. I'm taking their existing to actually go out there and start living.
Wow, that's so crazy that you say that, because I just told someone that the other day that my business, you know, it's been existing for a long time, but now it's actually a functioning business. And I can relate that to exactly what you just said. Instead of just existing, you know, your existence is important because that means that you still have a chance to, you know, get things right. But when you're functioning in your existence and you choose life, when I say I choose life, I had a revelation. And that revelation is that everybody want to talk about religion and it keeps separating us, and we're fighting so hard to unify. But the vices of what society has put out there continues to be a hindrance to our people. And so I choose life. When I asked the Creator, I said, listen, all these people fighting over who's right, what your name is, you know, and this is something that you told me to do. You told me to take my mission into a spiritual countenance so that everybody has no choice but to come subject to what I'm getting ready to say. So Jay Rice, listen,
Yes.
Every last one of us that wake up, right? We encounter the same thing. What is that? Life. And so instead of putting a name on the Most High and separating us, why not just say, I choose life? Because every time and every day that we wake up in the morning, we always encounter what? Life. And so that's my chapter. I just revealed, just gave a little nugget out. Next week we'll be having our book author reveal, and I'm so excited about it. And my chapter, I'm going to go ahead and reveal the name of my chapter today, since I am the curator. It is I Choose Life, I Choose to Live. And it's going to tell a lot about my story, about how I had to choose outside of what is popular for everyone else to bring a median for everyone to unify in a collaborative effort to move forward in unity. And so, Jay Wrights, I just want to thank you so much for calling in today. We're definitely in alignment with one another in our thought process, because even in business, that was my motto, exactly what you said. It was existing, but now it's functioning. And if we all become functional as a people, then we can work together, and unity is key. So I want to tell you that I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. We will talk very, very soon, and I look forward to working with you on your journey here in Atlanta.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm so honored to call in. God bless everybody.
All right, thank you so much. And I've seen a few other people trying to call in. If you want to call back, because today's show is an interactive show. I want everyone to be involved in this show, because, you know, the book, The Epiphany of Loving Myself.
Yes, yes.
And the theme is, when did I learn to love me? And so there's going to be several authors that are going to be writing. They will be revealed next week. And, you know, it's very important for our people to start to heal from things of the past. And when we heal from the things of the past, then guess what happens? Life happens. And there's a collaborative effort to do the things that's necessary in order to see us move forward as a people all over this world. So I'm very, very, very excited about this book collaboration. We have several authors from all walks of life. And my mission in this book was to make sure that those who read it, as well as those who are the writers, that they understand that we all go through something in life. And a lot of us go through things before we learn how to love ourselves. But whoa, 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 when you learn how to love yourself, it's a different feeling. Because the things that used to bother you, they just don't bother you no more. The things that used to hurt you, they don't hurt you anymore. The things that used to take you out of your character, they don't take you out of your character anymore, because you understand that all of these things are vices to keep you from walking in your purpose and meeting the mission and the destiny that you were born for. So Miss Avis, I seen you calling in. If you could call back, sweetie pie, I would love you to call back. But this is what we're talking about today. So I want to bring Sandy in. Well, we have another caller calling in. Hold on for a second. Caller, 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 and whom do I have a pleasure speaking to today?
Yeah, this is Gideon.
Hi, Gideon. How are you?
Another day, another blessing.
Okay, Gideon. So our topic today on the Dr. Harris live show, and I would love to hear your version of, you know, what you feel about this topic. I choose life, I choose to live. What does that mean to you?
I choose life. Yeah. That means taking every day as a blessing, every single day, every single moment as a blessing. And also it means not to focus on the bright things in life, like the shine and the fame and all the money, but just to focus on relationships. People in your life cares about you the most. You know, focus on great relationships. Have a good relationship with your family, with the Almighty Creator of the heavens and the earth. That's what I think that's about. You know.
You are as usual. You're always on target. We're definitely in agreement. I choose to live. What does that mean to you?
Choosing to live, meaning you want to eat healthy, you want to eat right, you want to focus on your good relationship, you want to do what you can to be a better part of society. You know, I think as Black people, we don't realize that we are the original. And everything goes and comes right back to the original. And we don't understand the amount of powers that we have in our DNA. So, you know, I think, in fact, I know we are the beginning and the end. Melanin is the key. Melanin is that, what I call the God gene.
Absolutely, absolutely. And King, tell them who you are again, where you're from, and where you at.
I represent Africa. I represent Rastafari. I represent culture. You know, I represent family.
Absolutely, absolutely. And where are you a native of?
I was born in the Caribbean, St. Lucia.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
All right. Well, I want to
Different
thank you
states.
so much, and I also appreciate your wisdom. Every time, you know, we have an encounter, it's always amazing. So thank you so much for being in tune with choosing life and choosing to live. And thank you so much just for being who you are. And we will talk soon. Thank you for calling in to Dr. Harris Live.
I appreciate you, Dr. Harris. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate you being in front of the struggle and being the arrowhead in the struggle, trying to make a change for our people, and know that, you know, we got you, and, you know, and we love you. All right, one love.
And I love you too. Talk to you soon. Get a wife a kiss for me.
All right, take care.
All right, I want to give greetings to Maxine Choi and Chanda, Mr. Alice. Oh, wait a minute. Maxine Choi in Canada. Mr. Oliver's sister. Hey. I want to give shouts out to you, my beautiful queen, all the way from Canada. Thank you so much for tuning into our show today. And Miss Avis, you can call back, and there's a couple other people that tried to call. I will gladly take your calls. Today's topic is I choose life, I choose to live. So I want to turn it over to Sandy P. and tell me what you think about this, Sandy.
I've been listening to what you've been saying, and thinking about what you were saying, and it brought back a memory I hadn't thought about in a long time. But in my early 20s, before I was 25, somebody very, very close to me, and somebody I respected and trusted and loved, tried to kill themselves, attempted suicide. They were not successful, but it was something I didn't understand it. As time went by, I was able to sit down and talk to that person, and maybe like 6 or 8 months later, I was able to sit down and talk with that person and really open up about my feelings about what they had done, and to try to get an understanding from them. And the one thing they told me that stuck with me and I've tried to live by since that time is life is going to always throw curveballs at you. Sometimes they're going to be fast balls, slow balls, but the balls are coming. They're going to throw. And what you have to do is be strong enough and resilient enough to not give up. And I want you to promise me, that's what they said to me, that no matter what life throws at you, you won't give up. And life does that to all of us. And sometimes it can make you so worn out, so tired. I posted something on Facebook this morning and I asked the question, is it anybody else out there with soul fatigue?
Wow.
Because my soul is fatigued right now. And that's something that we need to take time and look at within ourselves, find out what's going on around you, be able to begin to start putting blockers up so that a lot of the negativity, a lot of the negative outside forces don't find a way in to you, into your soul. Because it's okay to be tired, but you don't give up. And if you let too much negativity, too much negative stuff into your life, it will really fatigue you. It will really wear you down. And you have to reach deep, deep inside to find the strength that you need. A lot of people say, if you're having a hard time, go to somebody, talk to somebody. And I agree, you can go and talk to people. People can empathize with what you're going through. They can try and understand what you're going through, but they cannot go through it with you. They cannot go through it for you. Whatever it is, you have to reach inside and find the resilience, to find the strength, to be strong enough to deal with whatever it is coming at you, because it's coming. And they say that doesn't kill you, make you stronger. It's a lot of super people out here. A lot of super people, because a lot of things have come at us and it didn't kill us. And you, and people listening to my voice right now, if that super person is not you, then I guarantee you, if you look to the left or you look to the right, you're going to find that super person sitting right next to you, maybe on either side of you. You look in the mirror, that super person is you. If you're sitting by yourself and there's no one on the left and no one on the right, then guess what? You that super person. And you're the one that went in and you decided that I'm going to find the strength to live. Not just exist, but I'm going to live, I'm going to enjoy, I'm going to understand that there are going to be times that things are going to come at me, but no matter what comes after me, no matter what hurdles, what mountains, what rivers, not no river wide enough, no mountain high enough to keep me from reaching inside and pulling out the life and the love that I know is in me. And if you take that love that other people have given you, and if you take it and you put it inside and you hold on to it, because I guarantee you it's going to be a day like this morning for me when I woke up and heard some bad news, and it just got to me to the place to where I felt like my soul is just tired. I can't deal with this anymore. But that lasted only a minute, because It was like, yeah, I'm tired, but I'm still going to get up and I'm still going to do what it is I have to do. So that's what it means to me. You know, you have to find the resources, you know, within yourself. You can look outside. You can look outside. I never tell you not to reach out to people, but understand, no matter how far you reach, when it comes to the bottom line, whatever it is you're reaching out for is already inside you. It just needs to be unwrapped. And that's all I have to say on that.
Wow, you said a lot. And it was a lot of amazing nuggets. And there were some things that I'm going to have to use. I ain't never heard you say that before. I think that was Deaconess Sandy coming back to us or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, the thing is that a lot of these things we don't learn in the, in the faith-based or, organizations, whatever your belief system is, even in Sunday school, a lot of us, especially those of us who grew up in different faiths and, going into, the buildings and, in the choir and all of that stuff, there's a lot of things that we really missed out on when it comes to our understanding of the love of self. A lot of people used to teach that loving yourself basically is selfish. And there's sometimes that there's nothing wrong with selfishness. But I like when you said wait a minute, what did you say about the soul?
Soul fatigue.
Yes, soul fatigue. Wow. That's what's going on with a lot of us. Soul fatigue, because soul fatigue takes it outside of the natural and it puts it back into the spiritual of, are you going to give up or are you going to keep it moving? And these are things that people don't see what goes on behind the scenes. They always see the glitz and the glam of a lot of these even quote unquote celebrities. But a lot of them have a lot of what Sandy just said, soul fatigue, because they're reaching and searching and trying to find, but not even the celebrities, just everyday people. We all have an encounter with soul fatigue, because when you're trying to find yourself and you're learning who you are and your strength and all of the things that you go through, and then sometimes you're not even as strong as you would like to be, but you're stronger than others, and so we just have to realize that life deals us all a deck of cards. It ain't the cards that's dealt, it's how you gonna play that deck. You either gonna allow for that deck to win you or you gonna win. And so my encouragement to my people out here is, instead of allowing for the curb to make you fall, use that curb to turn you into the right direction of loving you. And so the epiphany of loving myself, when I came up with that, it was a question: when did I learn to love me? And I had to think about it. And during that time, I actually came up with this book title probably about 3 years ago, was it, Sandy? Mm-hmm. 3 years ago. And I was like, I have to do this book. And I spoke books into so many other people. But I didn't just want to do a book. I wanted to do a book that would encounter other people's experiences that would help somebody else in the midst of their experience. You know what I'm saying? And, it's so many things and so many people that have been through the ringer, in life, and they had to have an epiphany, because woe is me. I mean, you'll hear some of them talk about how they was on the verge of committing suicide and how, they depended on other people to love them, and not even realizing that because they was looking love in all the wrong places and not looking within where love really was, they missed out on some years of their life. And so we have to understand now that our children, because we were ignorant to some of the things that we're learning now. And so, but our children, we had the ability to teach them what we didn't know. And so, like Sandy is like Medea kind of, she that auntie, she like that auntie that just don't play. She that auntie that's gonna she gonna play with the children, but she gonna check them. And when she check them, it's gonna be out of love, but it's gonna be out of hard love, because she wants them to understand. And so, when the children look at Sandy, 1 minute they play with her, but then when she give them a certain face, they hurry up and stop playing, because they know their boundaries. And see, that's what we have to understand, is that every last one of us has boundaries. And sometimes people cross those boundaries and it becomes very, very, very overbearing. It becomes very, very it's hurtful. And then for me, when people cross my boundaries, it just get on my nerve. It get on my last nerve because I just want you to leave me alone. Sometimes when we're going through things, we have to understand, or when somebody else is going through something, not just when you, because see, a lot of times we get selfish in the wrong ways. Everybody goes through transition one time or another. So when someone is going through transition, they may not need you to be in their ear. They may need you just to encourage them and keep it moving. Because a lot of times when we're going through transition, you may not understand it. The next person may not understand it. But because that's a part of your journey, you understand it. And then it becomes confusion because it's misunderstood. Oh, this person don't want to talk to me. Oh, this person don't want to. No, that's not it. What it is that everybody has to know their boundaries. And everybody has to let their yes be a yes and their no be a no. You know, when you say yes to something, that's what you mean. If you say no to it, that's what you mean. And if somebody don't accept yes or no, that's no longer your problem, but you told them yes or no. And that's exactly what you meant. And so when it comes to I choose life, I choose to live, it's so important for us to understand that life, all of us encounter every day. So all of the religious tactics that continues to try to separate us, if we disregard all of those and agree that every day we wake up, all of us encounter life, then you can choose to live. Because choosing to live is walking in your purpose. I heard Gideon, one of our callers that called in, he said relationships. That's one of the most important words that we really, really need to focus on today. And I'm glad that he brought that out. Because you have to have a relationship within to have a relationship out. Sandy, when it comes to building relationships, what do you think is the most powerful asset in building relationships?
Honesty. When I'm talking about relationship, or when people talk about relationship, most people think you're talking about a romantic relationship, an entanglement, a relationship with a person of the opposite sex. But any relationships you have, whether it's the relationship that Angela and I, Dr. Harris and I have working together, whether it's the relationship that I have with my clients, whether it's the relationship I have with my friends, no matter what the relationship is, you have to be honest about it. Because if you try to build any kind of relationship, if you try to build anything, and that foundation is not built on honesty, then no matter how long you work on it or what you try to do, it's not going to stay strong. It's going to tumble. The most important thing, and this is me, the question was, Sandy, what do you think is the most? And what I think is honesty. If we can't be honest with ourselves, if we can't be honest with each other, then there's a serious problem. And it's no way a solid relationship, whether it's a relationship between a parent and a child, a husband and a wife, a sister and a brother, a friend and a friend, a co-worker and an employee, whatever that relationship is, that relationship, in order to sustain itself, will have to be built on honesty. That's just my opinion, and I'm sticking with that.
And that is so, yes, that's hot, Sandy. I mean, you just dropping all kind of nuggets today. This should be called the Sandy Pruitt Show today because you're doing your thing, girl. And then I would add to that honesty, and then I would say communication. Because a lot of us don't know how to communicate. And the late Emmanuel Akpan, who was the first professor in film in Nigeria and the first professor in film at the Ohio State University, he said man cannot not communicate, meaning that you cannot not communicate and be in relationship with someone, because relationship is a two-way street, and it takes communication for us to get an understanding of who we are, where we are, and all of that. And I want to say hello to May Chanel. Hey, girl. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for tuning in. Why don't you call on in? Call in at 404-496-5111 so that we can hear from you. And then we have some very amazing people that are actually writing in this book, The Epiphany of Loving Myself. And I asked that question, when did I learn to love me? Because in order for us to unify as a people, we first have to get to the place of love. See, if you don't love yourself, you're not going to eat right. You're not going to take care of yourself. You're not going to be happy. You're going to always, have some type of negativity come from you, even if you don't mean to. It's just something that happens because you have not tapped in. And when it comes to when did I learn to love me? That's a question that is being asked to all of these authors, because in writing these chapters, some of these authors realize they're just learning to love themselves as they're writing. Because a lot of times getting out what it is that's going on with you is a part of learning to love yourself. So Sandy, can I tell the people your age, or you want me to just keep it? Because Sandy P, see, we got all age groups here around us at Black People United and at Black I Am Radio, and because I need the seasoned people around me. Oh, hey. Thank you for saying that we're gorgeous. And you're handsome, sir. You're handsome. Thank you. But we have different age groups here. And Sandy is my mother's age. I know you don't know it. I know you ain't think that. Don't let her fool you, because Sandy is about really like 25 half the time. Then she 30, another time. Then she might. But I ain't never seen her 68 before. And that's her real age. If I didn't know how old she was, because of her spirit, I would never know that she was 68 years old. But some of those nuggets that she was dropping today, they came from being 68 years old with wisdom, with experiencing things in life that 20 years, you got that on me, 20 years. Wow. Girl, you look darn good. You look good. Hey, don't tell her that, because y'all know that's her name. Everybody know her as Sexy Sandy. And we ain't talking about, nothing negative. It's a positive, because everywhere she goes, she gonna smile, and somebody gonna start talking to her because she smile at them. And that's what I've seen everywhere that she go. She smile, they want to talk, and that's amazing. I want to give some shouts out to some of the birthday people that had birthdays this week. On who? Sheba's birthday. She's in Florida. I'm kind of jealous right now because she on that beach. She sent us a picture today of the beach, and I need to get my feet in some water. Then we want to give shouts out to Christoph. Hey Chris, Cupid. Now, if y'all ain't seen Cupid's birthday outfit, oh, he did that thing. He does it when it comes to him. And then when he came on his actual birthday, we had breakfast at Grits and Eggs, and he came with this sparkly shirt on that blinded you. As soon as you seen it, it was so beautiful, so amazing, that my godmother, Jamie Foster Brown, was like, oh, I need to go get that shirt from the mall before I go back to New York. And, it was really an amazing shirt. So we're going to have to go in that store, because they got a lot of women's clothes too. And then I want to give shouts out to tomorrow, because tomorrow is Mom D's birthday. Mom D is my daughter's grandma that passed away back in 2008. She actually passed my birth month in August, but tomorrow will be her birthday. And then tomorrow is also Michael Glover's birthday, and we're going to be celebrating with him at Grits and Eggs, and it's going to be an amazing time. You know, we're going to have some Chicago steppers there. It's going to be just an amazing situation going on. And it is by invite only, so don't just show up at Grits and Eggs, but we are going to have a good time. But you know, it's good to always wish people a happy birthday. But like I told somebody today is Bishop Jerome H. Ross's birthday, who is my pastor from Columbus, Ohio. And Bishop Ross, you know, my prayer for him today is that the Creator gives him the 15 extra years that he gave Hezekiah. You know, this is what we have to speak over ourselves. See, my best friend, Tanya Pearl, I miss her so much. Tanya and I were born one day apart, the same exact age, and Tanya ended up with cancer, and within 6 months the cancer took her life, and she actually died on my birthday at 8/20, which is her birthday. And one thing that I want to say, when I say I choose life, I choose to live, words are everything. You can either speak life over yourself or you can speak death over yourself. My friend would always say, and I would always tell her, stop saying that. But she wouldn't stop because that was what level of faith she was at. But her mother died at 40. So Tanya would always say, I'm going to die at 40 because that's when my mom died. And I used to be like, girl, you crazy. I ain't dying until I'm 100. You need to quit saying that. God allowed for her to live, or life allowed for her to live one day over 40. And she died at 41, one day. She turned 41 and she passed on my birthday at 8/20 on 8/21. And so it will be an 8-year celebration. And so this year, the Black I Am Awards is going to be on her birthday and dedicated to her. It's going to be dedicated to all of the people that have beat cancer and all of the people that have experienced some, people in their family that had cancer. That's what the Black I Am Awards show is going to be dedicated to this year. Because it's so important that we understand that when people survive through some of these traumatic situations that they go through, health, illness, and all of that kind of stuff, when they survive, it's only life that gave them grace in order for them to survive. And so I just wanted to put that out there. You know, words are everything. Do not never speak death over yourself. You can speak death over situations that should be dead, but don't speak death over yourself, over your children, over anyone. So make sure that you call in at 404-496-5111. That is 404-496-5111. And tell me what your thoughts of when you think about I choose life, I choose to live. And until then, we are getting ready to have a few of our commercials. And we will be back with you in just a moment. When we come back, don't forget 404-496-5111. 404-496-5111.
The Black People United Global Network presents Black I Am Soulful Thursday. Black I Am Soulful Thursday. From 8 p.m. until midnight. Black I Am Soulful Thursday. What is Black I Am Soulful Thursday?
Yeah, y'all know what it is.
It's comedy. It's spoken word. It's open mic. Do your thing. Black I Am Soulful Thursday. Each and every Thursday at 5595 Riverdale Road, Atlanta, Georgia. Black I Am Soulful Thursday. For more information, call 678-829-5055. 678-829-5055. For tickets, log on to biasoul.eventbrite.com. Online, biasoul.eventbrite.com. Each and every Thursday from 8 p.m. until midnight. It's called Black I Am Soulful Thursday. BPU Global Network. Get your tickets and make sure you're there.
And that number has changed. And we will update you for that new number very shortly. But until then, speaking of Soulful Thursdays, I want the producer of this Soulful Thursdays coming up on Thursday, next Thursday, the 21st, which is our author reveal. We are going to be revealing our authors for the Epiphany of Loving Myself. I hope that you'll come out and let Sandy, the producer of this show, tell y'all what y'all can expect on Thursday.
Well, I am very, very excited about our upcoming Soulful Thursday coming out this week. This is something I've been really looking forward to. It's starting Soulful Thursday back up. One of the first things we did was to try to look at, we knew we was bringing it back in, but we wanted to make it be something very powerful. And somebody brought to my attention that April was Black Women's History Month. And when that was brought to my attention, I decided that I thought it would be really powerful if our relaunching of Soulful Thursday featured Black women. So what I did, I went out, I found a female host. I found a female DJ. We have featured poets coming in. Now, there will be some male poets there. And then we will be doing the book reveal, author reveal for the Epiphany of Loving Myself. Soulful Thursdays this Thursday at BPU, 5595 Riverdale Road. Doors open at 7 o'clock. The show starts at 8. We will have Lady V, the poet, hosting this show for us this Thursday night, next Thursday night. On the turntables, we have Soul Marie. I'm just so excited for this young lady, self-taught DJ. Had a saw there was a need for it, and she went out without even knowing, bought whatever equipment she needed and taught herself to DJ, and has been DJing around Atlanta. She's initially from California, but has been DJing around Atlanta. It's open mic and spoken word event, and I'm just really happy to have her come on board. Excuse me. Also coming in all the way from Chicago, introducing Eva Rue, all the way from Chicago. She will be performing her latest music for us, and I'm just so happy that she wanted to be a part of this and agreed to be a part of this, and is coming all the way from Chicago. I'm saying it again, she's coming from Chicago. And then also one of our featured poets for the night is somebody that I just love this lady. Miracle Morgan, Epiphany Divine. When we first initially started Soulful Thursday, it was rocky. It was just getting off the road. Nobody knew a lot about it. But Epiphany came in. She came in and she started talking and speaking, and she's been supporting us ever since. So we got calls coming in. I want to come back later on and talk to you more about it, but let's take this call. Caller, you're on the air.
Caller, you are on the air, and whom do I have the pleasure of speaking with? Caller, you are on the air. Who do I have a pleasure of speaking with? Hello? Hello? Hi, and who am I speaking with? Hello, are you not speaking? If you want to hang up and call back. All right. That was someone calling in from a 919 number. Please give us a call back. The number is 404-496-5111, 404-496-5111. And then, women, I can't leave out my lady girl now, because I know Sandy didn't get a chance to, to finish about Soulful Thursdays on Thursday. But we also have the one and only Miss Georgia Me that's going to be in the building.
Yes.
That is a poet that, She been around for a long time. If anyone know, that woman is a warrior on the microphone, and she's been through some things, and she's back, and she's black, and she coming to do it like that, you know? And so it's just amazing how, and then we're having calls every day. We also have Chiwara, and we will be putting his flyer out today, that's gonna come and give us some really amazing conscious reggae music. So
Jay Rice.
it's Jay Rice, all the way from New York. Yes, he just moved here this past week, and he is a part of our team. I'm just excited about this Thursday coming up, not only because of relaunching our Soulful Thursdays, but also because this author reveal, although some of the people won't be able to be here in the building because they live out of state, or you know, they do a lot of different things, it's going to be amazing. And we have a lot of authors that are already published authors that agreed to write in this book, which is special to me, because a lot of times when people do book collaborations, they don't have published authors in that collaboration. Well, in this book collaboration, there is already at least 12 published, or 13, maybe 14 published authors.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be so amazing. And then for those of you who could not make it on this round, we will have a volume 2. And we haven't came up with the theme yet, but it's going to stay somewhere in the lines so that we can have people continuously telling their stories, because somebody out there needs to hear your story. Somebody out there needs your guidance in how you overcame your issues. Somebody out there just needs to know that you don't have to give up, that life happens, but purpose is forever. So let me go ahead and go back to Sandy and let her finish telling you about our Soulful Thursdays.
Before I go back to Soulful Thursdays, I want to pick up on where you left off with Epiphany of Loving Myself. Every time I hear that, it makes me think about when I really began to love myself. And I realized one thing: it's a process. It's not something that happens overnight.
Absolutely.
It's not something that happens completely. It's something that happens in stages. When I was a young girl, there was this couple. Oh my goodness, I can't. She was just Jane Kennedy, and she was like one of the most beautiful women in the world to me. And she was married to Leon Isaac Kennedy, and it came out that he had been physically abusive to her. And I couldn't understand that, because I looked at her as being a very beautiful woman. She was like, oh, I want to be pretty like her. I was a young girl who didn't have a lot of hair. I had short hair, and people picked at me for having short hair. Had a gap in my mouth. People picked at me about my cap. You know, so that was things that I was not really loving about myself. And I saw and heard what happened with her. And I was talking to my father about it, and he made me understand that it had nothing to do with looks, and it was not about her. And if things happen to me that I feel bad about, don't take that in and put that on me, that there's outside stuff. And you have to learn how to take that stuff and love yourself in spite of what others are saying and what others are doing. And the one thing I learned, even though I started, I think that was probably the beginning of me actually beginning to really love myself. And then as I got older, I became more confident in who I am, more confident in what I believe, more confident in what I spoke, and wasn't easily swayed one way or the other. And that, believe me or not, is something that makes you love yourself. When you feel comfortable enough with yourself to go against the crowd, if everybody's going to the right and you go left, that's okay. If everybody's running and you're taking your time and walking, that's okay. Just remember, when you begin to love yourself, don't think it's going to happen overnight. Don't think it's going to be a flash action. Don't think it's a process. It's steps. And as you go a little by little, step by step, you will begin to love yourself. And once you begin to do that, it's your responsibility. And I'm saying this to everybody. It is your responsibility to reach back, to reach out, and make sure that you can be that support for somebody else to get to the place to where they can begin to love themselves. That's important. Now, going back to soul, I just had to throw that out.
Wait a minute, hold on. Before you go to Soulful Thursdays, Sandy, why you ain't writing a chapter in the book? I'm trying to figure this out. You was the first person that I revealed this book to. Let me tell y'all something about Sandy. I be having these little visions, right? And I think by now Sandy think I'm just plumb out crazy, because I be calling her okay, so let me give you a prime example. I called Sandy the other day and I'm like, Sandy, I'm performing at Soulful Thursdays. I said, I got encouraged by that. I got encouraged by that song that Beyonce done. It feels so good to be alive. I just started feeling like, oh, okay, I'm with her on that. And she had this video, and the video had all of these women, and it did have some men in there too, playing instruments and stuff like that. But it was just so powerful. It was what the performance that Beyonce did at the Oscars. And I said, you know what, Sandy, I had this vision. You know what, I'm performing Soulful Thursdays and I need 12 women. But originally when I thought about it, I said, now that was a very powerful video that Beyonce done, but it would have been even more powerful if she would have had black men surrounding her and it wasn't just the women on the forefront. Because another tool that society uses to separate us is to always focus on the women. And we can't always focus on the women, because family is not just women. Family is the man and the woman. And in order for a woman to carry a child, the male is the one planting the seed that needs to be activated in order for her to carry that child. So why is it, just like, in Jim Crow and with all of these different people that Marcus Garvey and all of their messages, from years ago, they used to put out there how the system has always did things to remove the man from the house. When I look at what's going on today, it's no different. The mentality of our women, a lot of times because of hurt and pain, and let me say something to you. Just because you chose the wrong man, and I have to say this to myself too, just because you chose the wrong man in your life don't mean that there's not good men out there. Just because that was a part of your journey does not mean that that's where you're going to stay at. Sometimes you have to learn how to be a woman in order to be a good woman to somebody else. And so, there's a lot of things and then sometimes you got to learn how to be a good man to be a good man to somebody else. And so sometimes you have to be in different, situations until you're ready for the forever situation. And because of that, it's so important for us to focus on the whole entire family. Our children depend on it. Did y'all hear what I said? Our children depend on it. Because these days, our children is looking for love, structure, discipline, and guidance. That's what our children are looking at. Love, structure, discipline, and guidance. And when we don't have that, as the men and the women, them kids is bad. Them kids is no. First of all, we don't have no baby goats, so we got to get kids out of our vocabulary. A kid is a baby goat. But our children are not bad. A lot of them are misled by the functions that's going on behind closed doors of their homes. And then you send those same children to school and expect for these teachers to be able to handle these dysfunctional children that carry all of your dysfunction. I ain't gonna go far on that. I'm gonna leave that alone for right now because I know I just, hit some nerves there. But it's okay though. It's the truth. Let me get back to Sandy and talk about Soulful Thursdays.
All right, Soulful Thursday. First of all, if there's anybody out there that would like to showcase your talent, come to BPU on Thursday, April the 21st. 7 o'clock, show starts at 8 o'clock. Come to BPU, bring your talent, sign up to perform. If you're singing or need some music with you, bring your music with you. Come in early enough to sign up to get on the list so that you can perform. That's important because we want to be able to showcase you out here. For people that's just want to come and enjoy, be prepared to listen to some very powerful people coming in. Georgia Me, the first time I heard her was she did a poem called Niggard.
And Niggard is gonna be here. Niggard, hey, you just straight to
Yes, that was the first time I heard her.
Wow, her first show. Well, when they gave her Tamika Georgia Me Harper Week, she has one of the days is called Niggas, and the first time that they had the Tamika Festival, which is coming up next month, and we will be doing again Niggas here at BPU. And when she started it, my theater on Campbellton Road, when I had Young Bucks Productions in the theater, they did Niggas there, and Niggas actually started my Poetic Justice that we had twice a week, and it was so amazing because we had poets coming from everywhere. But go ahead and say what you said, girl.
Yeah, that was the first time I heard her. Didn't know her, but I was like, she's from Georgia. She's from Atlanta. I saw her on TV. I think it was Def Poetry Jam, Russell Simmons' Def Poetry Jam, where I saw her. A few years later, I was working someplace that was getting ready to do a telethon fundraiser. They were looking for people. I didn't know Tamika, never met her, but I thought she would be somebody powerful. I reached out to her. She said to me, sis, tell me when you need me there and I'll be there. Had never met. She walked in the door. I recognized her. She didn't recognize me. And I went up to her, gave her a hug and told her, thank you so much. And from that moment on, I've noticed that this lady has a heart, a goal. Mm-hmm. The same thing with Epiphany Divine. She would come in here. She would perform. Sometimes she would come in, tell me, Sandy, I need to be on stage. I want to perform, but I have to leave because I have a job I have to go to. But she would always show up, and she would support us, and she would bring other people here. And she had some words that made you sit down and say, man, you need to do that one all over again. We never want her to stop. Jay Rice, he came in visiting from New York.
Now he came all the way from New York he heard about our Soulful Thursdays and made a trip here from New York just to come here, and it was amazing. Keep on going.
And to be on Soulful Thursday, and when he opened up and he performed and he told us what he spoke, it was just so powerful what he did. Eva came in. She was in town with somebody else. And we were talking, and I was telling her about the event. She started telling me about her singing and everything. Let me listen to some of her music. And so I was like, she's somebody we need to have on this show. So when she left, I reached out to Dr. Harris, and I said, I just listened to her, and I don't know if you heard her music, but I think she'll be powerful to come in here. So I'm just so excited because this is something that's really close to me, that I'm really proud of, that Black I Am Media is able to present to the public, and it gives us something on the South Side. We don't have to go downtown. We don't have to go to Decatur. We can stay right here on the South Side and enjoy some very powerful spoken word coming through. Here's some very powerful vocalists coming through here. So I'm just real excited about Soulful Thursday. Like I said, if you out there and you want to come in and you want to perform, not a problem. Just come on in here. Be here by 7 o'clock, no later than 7:30 to get on the list and sign up to perform. If you just want to come sit down and watch the show and feast on all this positivity that's going to be passed on out there, then please come on in here. And we're going to have a very good time. It's going to be fun, food, drinks, poetry, music, fun, food, fun. So just come on in and just have a good time and be a part.
Hold on now. You forgetting about the comedy.
Oh.
If you are a comedian out there, let me tell y'all something.
I did.
Black I Am Media, Black I Am Awards, the Black I Am Commentary Awards, the Black I Am Fashion Awards, the Black I Am Awards. We are making a mark to honor our people. So when we're doing these Soulful Thursdays and other events, we're also looking at the people that's coming in, and we are utilizing some of that talent for some of our shows, but also honoring some of that talent for our shows as well. So I want you to know, if you are a comedian, you're a poet, you're a model, if you want to get up on stage and come a model, I mean, whatever you want to do, it's open mic, open sesame. But what we don't want is no drama, no confusion, no problems. We don't tolerate that here. If you brought it here, you get put out real quick, fast, and hurry. And I might be the one to personally do it. I'm sorry to tell you. But we are setting a standard for our people to unify, to be edutained.
Yes.
To be edutained. Because a lot of these poets, I don't know if you've never gotten into spoken word or poetry, you really need to listen to this. Spoken word and poetry, right? Some of the people that are poets, they have been through the ringer and back.
Yes.
And they speak on it through their poetry. And it's so powerful because it resonates with your soul. Some of the people that come with their music, they come from experiences in life and they put it in their art. Some of these people that come with comedy, yeah, they coming to make you laugh, but they really telling you stuff that really happened in their life. See, the epiphany of loving myself. When did I learn to love me? Is when I learned to be me. How about that? See, when I was young, I was like 10 people on my mind at one time, trying to figure out just who I was because of all of the different situations that had happened in my life personally. Yes, I said that. I mean, they wouldn't deem me crazy or nothing. I tried to get them to. They wouldn't even see me. They wouldn't even see me. They tell me, you can tell us what's wrong with us before we can tell you what's wrong with you. Things like that. And that's what kept me on my toes to understand that I was different and I was not crazy. But that didn't stop me from thinking that until I learned to love me. When I learned to love me, then I understood who me is. Mm-hmm. I understood what me has to do and what me needs to do while me is here on earth, what my purpose is, what's the mission for my life. And so this is my mission, to honor our people from all over the world, to stop all this foolishness with all of this separation, with the religious tactics, even in our black organizations. It's really ridiculous because you can go to places, and I'm gonna put it out there, like the NAACP, the SCLC, and a whole bunch of other S's and C's and D's. All of these organizations have been around for a long time. No justice, no peace, but we're not giving each other justice. Our daggone, what do you call it? Our what is it called when they're in different places? What is it called? Like the SCLC, they got one in Decatur, they got one in Atlanta. Chapters. Oh yeah, the different chapters. I'm sorry about that. The different chapters don't even talk to each other or don't even collaborate with each other. The same thing with the NAACP. I've been seeing it for so many years. Black People United's mission is to stop all of that foolishness and bring us all together and understand that there is strength in numbers, y'all. We are the majority all over this world. So why are are we fighting against each other? Why can't we speak the same language if we got the same heart? Ooh, that's a good question, ain't it? Because somebody's heart ain't right. And if your heart ain't right and you're in leadership, get out of it. Because you misleading people is going to end up being your doom. And it could also be somebody else's doom. See, when you want to do things that hurt you, that's on you. But when you hurt things that hurt others, that's still on you. And that's not a good thing, because you never know who you have damaged along the way.
Yep.
And so, the Epiphany of Loving Myself. When did I learn to love me? Our author reveal party will be next week. All of you that I have supported, I expect you to be here. I supported a lot of you writers that got your books out now. I spoke those books into your lives. I need you to be here. I've honored a lot of you people all over this world. If you're here in the Atlanta area, I expect you to be here. And I need you to be here because it's going to make a statement. What is the statement? That people are not selfish, but just the same way that you care about people, they care about you as well. And if you can't make that statement, then don't call me in my inbox trying to get me to honor this person or honor that person at your recommendation. If you can't do the same thing that I do for you, then how fair is that? It's not fair. And there's going to be people that are writing in this book that it took everything out of them to write it, because it's so painful sometimes just talking about the things that we've been through. You have to realize that as some people are writing their chapter, they're learning to love themselves. So what they're writing out is their life today. Some people like me, is like Sandy said. Sandy, you said some profound stuff, I'm telling you. I'm so proud of you because, when people always see somebody joking and stuff like that, they don't know the power of that. But you said some really powerful stuff. And one of the things that you said was about, let me go back to this, because it's like I'm hearing all of this stuff that you said in my ear. You said a lot of powerful stuff. You said a lot of great things. But you talked about the levels. That's what I want to talk about. The levels. In every situation in life, there are levels to it. When I learned how to love myself, my journey started in 1999 when I went to jail for something I didn't do. And I know a lot of y'all know my story. But even when I came home from that situation, after I beat my case and did all of that stuff, there was still some things missing, because it's easy for a person to go behind bars and be by yourself and get clarity on these certain things in your life. But when you come back out into society, life happens. And then you realize that some of those things that you thought that you was delivered from, or that you got over, they continue to resurface themselves, trying to get you off tap or out of whack. And you have to dig deep down inside at that time and say, oh no, that's not happening. Because I do love myself enough to understand that what happened in the past is nothing I can control. The only thing that I can do is work on the future.
That's it.
And that's it. You said those things, and I'm just so proud of you again for just saying all these things, because, I really admire seasoned people. When I call them seasoned, I mean people that are, above me in age. Some of them, they get stuck in their old ways, and, they don't want to, come up to the reality of what's happening now. And that can be good for some things, but then for some things it can be bad, because it still keeps a disconnection between the different, age groups. But the wisdom that came from the past, marching and all of that stuff, it was meant for that to happen at that time. And we still gonna do it. But guess what? There's more that we have to do. Our people, Black people, beautiful living ancestors controlling kingdoms, we have to get to a place to understand. You have to dig deep within in order for you to win. You can't win for somebody else if you haven't even won for you. Now, if you want to call in, you can call in at 404-496-5111. That's 404-496-5111. Tell us what your thoughts are. And if you're going to be out to support on Thursday, call us and tell us that if that's all that you say. But the epiphany of loving myself, I want everyone to think about, when did I learn to love me? And if you have not learned to love you yet, if you can literally look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know, I still don't love me. If you need help, if you need to help, you know, getting rid of things of your past, we do a thing called releasing and destroying of pain here at BPU, where we burn our boxes, the woman and the man in the box. That's teaching you to look within, outside of all of the things that tries to incarcerate you from being you. And so, you know, there's a lot of things that we have done, you know, some good and some bad. But this is what I want you to hear. Our theme song, My People, in just a second. Because this is where we are as a people. But we're coming out of this. This song was written back in 2016 and it's so relevant today. It's a very powerful song and I need you to listen. And we'll be back in a few seconds to close out this show with Sandy P and Dr. Harris.
My people, like, I just want to help them. They going through so much, and it hurts to see them suffer. It hurts, but all I can do is pray. On my knees I pray, heartache weeping, 'cause I know my people plight is on the very deep end. From disease, drugs, or the homeless needing. From prostitution to the jail cells overpacked with black men. To the younger generation disrespecting their elders. To us being too much of consumers and not developers. To us being puppet slaves in white America. No more loving our heritage, we lost our African character. To the debt we pay to our bill collectors, no sense of community. We fight, dislike and kill each other. The black man and woman are divided like we hate each other. No more educating ourselves, we just stop at the college professors. I hate to say it, but we lost our sight in who we are. We let the devil taint our subconscious mind with all of this poison. Now we floating down the river lost in this hopeless void. If nobody else won't speak and tell the truth, then I'm gonna make some noise. I pray for they saving, Father, the devil's a lie, so bastard taste my sword.
My people, my people, my people, my people are lost and need me to lead the way. My people, my people, my people, my people are struggling and dying each day. My people, my people, my people, my people need help in every way. My people, my people, my people, my people, I love them so much that
You can bring a horse to the well, but you can't get that horse to drink. I just want my people to listen and let the music help them think. Is it on me to lead the way? My Lord, am I even worthy? 'Cause I ain't been the same I should be, and my life's still kinda dirty. But I'm feeling it and I'm hearing it, and my spirit tell me to move. 'Cause I'm tired of seeing my people suffer, it's giving me the blues. So I'm going to sacrifice myself and give them all that I got. 'Cause when you really love somebody, that's what it's really all about. So I'm gonna pour myself away till it ain't no more for me to pour out. Don't be deceived by the deception, you are royalty in and out. And the truth and the proof is in Africa, our motherland. We built the pyramids, made mathematics and medicine. That melanin that's deep in your skin core is gold, my friend. So gain that true knowledge yourself. You a God within. Don't let them Europeans try to convert you into they devilish seed. Look for the hidden colors and go and find out your history. Peace.
my people, my people, my people, my people are lost and need me to lead the way. My people, my people, my people, my people are struggling and dying each day. My people, my people, my people.
I pray every day for my people. And I hope that song resonated, because we have to understand that we are at our turning point. And in order for us to move forward, we have to continue to turn. I want to mention a few things, and I'm leave some of it up to Sandy to mention. Right now, I want to talk about our health and wellness line, Drink to Live. DrinkToLiveNow.com. You can go to our website. We have a whole health and wellness line. We have juices. That's the Kick a Boy Joy Juice, which is our energy component. We have our Revive Juice, which gives you revival. It revives you. And then we have our Lifesaver Juice. In the Lifesaver Juice, we have all of the herbs that fight against cancer and diabetes and all of that stuff, and also works on your blood. That has a beet juice base to it. We also have 8 teas, and I'm working on my 19 now, and it's actually going to be called Epiphany. And so I'm excited about that tea. I just wanted to make a tea to coincide with the book, of course. And then we have our detox teas, and then we have our detox products too. We have our Black I Am clothing line, and in our clothing line, we have jerseys, we have track suits, we have sweatsuits, we have Letterman jackets. We have a lot of different things. And I even have my own purse line through Black I Am, which is just like Chanel, but it's a joined heart, because a joined circle, because I wanted that to mean unity. And instead of Chanel, I named it Ohano, and it means one heart, always needing everlasting love. That's what Ohano means. And so when you see those two, they look like Olympic signs on the purse. That's a Black I Am purse. And we have different colors. We have probably like 9 different colors. Then we also have the clutches as well that everybody's out there wearing. We have every color for that. We have our body butters. We have our CBD, our CBD products. We have a lot of different stuff in our boutique. And we are getting ready to open our cafe full time in the next few weeks, so I'm excited about that. We will have acai bowls and green bowls and juices and what's the other one called? Juices, slushies, what is that called? When you blend it up? Nah, y'all, I'm just kidding. Smoothies. I know what it is. But smoothies, and I love smoothies. But it's nothing like a smoothie with real herbs and stuff in it. A lot of people, they make a lot of smoothies with fruit, but where's the herbs? Where the things gonna heal you? Sometimes people got diabetes, and some of them fruits that you be smoothing up is too much for their sugar level. But when you balance it with the herbs that fight against that same disease like diabetes, you have the smoothie with the herbs that fight against diabetes. Right. So that's where things are gonna be different at. So just keep in tune with us here at BPU Global Network, 5595 Riverdale Road is our corporate office, and we have our boutique here. We have our pillow line. Our pillows, we got Black People United pillows, because I want everybody to understand that this whole Black I Am media group, it falls under our umbrella of Black People United Global Network. And so we have a radio station that we just rebranded to Black I Am, and we're rebranding our television network, which is going to be called Black I Am Television. Black I Am is an acronym for Beautiful Living Ancestors Controlling Kingdoms, Irreplaceable Amazing Melanin. And Sandy, can you tell us a little bit about our school?
Okay. We are in the process of raising funds for the Principles of Blackness Cultural Academy. And it's a school from grades K through 6, I think. Is it K through 8?
K through 12, actually.
K through 12, okay. And in addition to the regular curriculum of reading, writing, and arithmetic, the 3 R's, we're also going to be teaching the kids, the students, about health, about wellness, about culture, about Blackness, about their history. It's just a whole conglomeration of different things that we're going to be working with the kids on, with the youth on, and to do something that they can relate to. A lot of times kids are in school, our students, our children are in school, and they not liking it. They're not understanding. They're not wanting to be a part. They're not wanting to participate. And then you have teachers, not all teachers, please, some teachers don't call me and jump on me, but there are some teachers who don't take the time to encourage the students. And it's important because these are our children. This is our future. And we can either sit back and complain about what somebody is or is not doing or not providing, or we can just take the bull by the horns, as they say, and start providing it to our kids ourselves. So I'm real excited about the Principle of Blackness Cultural and Wellness Academy that's coming up, that we're fundraising now, and we need your support for that. So if you want to support us, which I hope you do, if you want to support the kids, which I hope you do, then there's you can go to our website and make a donation, or you can call and get information and send us a donation to help get this school going and provide for our children and provide for your future.
Absolutely. And we are also looking for sponsors for our school. We are looking for sponsors for our school. Again, that is the Principles of Blackness, Cultural and Wellness Academy. We will have 3 main factors in teaching our children outside of reading, writing, arithmetic, science, and social studies. We will use our culture to teach them all of those things. And then we have to understand that it's so important for our children to learn how to survive with plants, vegetables, fruits, fish, because if we go into a famine where we don't have all of those things, some of us parents may be, seasoned and not be able to do these things. But if we teach our children to do these things, they will know how to take care of not only us, but also themselves. And it's important also for health reasons, for us to start looking at things as they are. A lot of this stuff that they have out here that they call food is so contaminated, it does not allow for the digestive measures of a body to work properly. And so we have to start knowing exactly what we're consuming. And the only way we're going to know that is by growing our own. So one of our missions is to teach them herbal therapy, to teach them aquaponics, and then also to teach them STEM. Because, the creators of our future are our children. And if they have all of these nuggets at a young age, as they gain to be older, then you have a population of powerful people that can self-sustain. The other thing is teaching them to love themselves. The 9 C's of character. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? That's the question that we're going to be asking our children at a young age. Not when they're 25 and 30, but from elementary school all the way up to high school.
Yeah.
And whatever you see, if it's not something positive, then we have to reverse that into something positive. We will have journals for them. This is what our sponsors are going to pay for. They're going to pay for the education because we're not going to be a traditional school. We're going to take our children on field trips to different places for them to learn things. We already have our first field trip already ready whenever our school gets started. And that's a trip to Chicago to a friend of mine's grow farm. She has everything. She grows plants, vegetables. She has aquaponics. She has like a whole bunch of acres of land. She grows hemp. She has a lot going on there, and she's on a big old farm. And it's a really amazing spot where they can actually go camping and experience nature and actually see a Black woman that does farming. And she's really amazing. Actually, she'll be here on next Thursday. Shouts out to Miss Tammy McDowell, who I actually met on the Dr. Harris live show when I first started about 6 years ago. And she called in and we were talking about self-love all the way back then. We were talking about hurting and pain and learning to heal and all of that. And she called in because she had just lost one of her parents, or one of her parents was sick before she lost them. And we've been in touch ever since then. So you never know where you're going to meet somebody that's going to be influential in your life.
Exactly.
And so I want to give shouts out to Miss Tammy, and Eva Rouet, who will be coming here from Chicago on next Thursday. And they are going to be here with us to give us a great show. And you know, when somebody want to show greatness, Eva called me yesterday and said, Dr. Harris, was it yesterday or today? I think it might have been this morning. It was this morning. She called me and said, do you have a musician or somebody that can play acoustic guitar or something? Because I want to come there. I don't care how many people it is. I want to come there and give you my best performance. And I just really appreciated that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people, they get small-minded and they think, oh, well, we're not going to have that many people and they don't care what their performance is like. No. If you're a great performer, you're going to perform in front of 2 people or 2 million people the same exact way with the same exact energy, because you're not there to be seen. You're there to perform. And so I look forward to her coming. Epiphany, you divine girl, shouts out to you. I love you.
Yes.
I really thank you for your faithfulness when Soulful Thursdays just got started and we might have had 10 people. You got on that stage and you start bringing people in every week. And she's a nurse, y'all. She's a nurse. And so, you know, she came sometimes and performed and then went straight to the hospital from performing at Soulful Thursdays. So I am so happy to have you come back and reopen our Soulful Thursdays, because you deserve that platform. You deserve to be one of our headliners for this show. And then, you know, all of the other people, Jay Wrights and Georgia Me and all of these, I'm just so excited. But even more excited what's to come down the road in June.
But
so
before
in
you
June,
go to June, we got an event coming up in May.
Okay, talk about the one in May first, then we'll go to June.
Okay, so I need everybody to take your pen and paper out and write these dates down. And then if you now have pen and paper, get the calendar on your phone. On Thursday, April the 21st, is the relaunch of Soulful Thursday and the author reveal for the book, The Epiphany of Loving Myself, When I Learned to Love Myself. Then on May the 1st, Sunday, May the 1st, we're hosting music hip hop double up. That's going to be a mix and create event where you come in and for 2 hours you'll be making candles. We have somebody here teach you to make candles, and then for 2 hours you'll be painting. We have somebody that event is going on May the 1st. All supplies are included with the cost. Included also is light bites and 2 complimentary drinks. So it can be a girls' night out, a couple's night out, just you coming out. But come out and participate. You can participate in one activity or both activities. So that's April the 21st for the relaunch of Soulful Thursday and the author reveal for the book Epiphany of Loving Myself. And then on May the 1st, Sunday, May the 1st, it's the hip hop double up sip, mix, and create going on. And that's on Sunday, May the 1st. So we want you to come out and enjoy both those events. And then once we finish that and take a breather from May, then we jump right on into the Juneteenth events. Dr. Harris, you want to take them to June, or you want me to take them? Because we got events going on the whole week.
The whole entire week, and I'm excited. So last year we had our Juneteenth event. We did our B2B, and we did a few days, and and it was really cool. But what we're doing for this Juneteenth, it will start on June 11th and 12th, because what we want to do is we want to destroy the cycle of only celebrating the Juneteenth. We want to make sure that our celebration starts before and it ends after them having, the breaking of shackles. Because when you start before, it lets them know that we've been doing this stuff. And when you continue after, it lets you know that we're continuing and we're doing some powerful things even outside of this, that we can't be stopped. And so on June the 11th and 12th, we have the B2B and Culture Fest indoor fundraiser, where we will have vendors come from all over. It's a shop black till you drop die. It's a shop, wait a minute, hold on. A shop black until you drop day. So all of our vendors will be black vendors that have businesses and products, and we will support one another. See, because the real way that it was done in all of these different neighborhoods and stuff like that, Black Wall Street, with all the other 27 streets, that was because people only focus on Black Wall Street, but it's so many different communities that we've started these things with. We have to get back to supporting one another. When we get to the point of supporting one another, our black businesses can be set up in our communities. And guess what? That leads to our financial freedom. But we'll get more on that next week. Then we have on June the 13th through the 15th, the Divine Order of Family Conference. On Monday, we will have the men. On Tuesday, we will have the women. And on Wednesday, we will have the youth. Why are we doing the Divine Order of Family Conference? Because our families matter. In order for our communities to change, our families have to change. In order for our families to change, we have to deal with every portion of our family individually, and then we're going to bring them back together. Y'all, hold on, it ain't over yet. During that conference, the women, we're going to have some powerful speakers to the women. I don't only want women speakers for the women. I want a male version of speaking to the women as well. Just like the same when it comes to the men. We have to have a powerful male speaker, but we also have to have a powerful woman speaker with the males. Because why? You need to see both sides of what it takes in order to become a holistic family. And then the youth, we want to have an explosion. We want to have that same explosion that we had last year when we had the Black I Am Youth Expo. We want to have that same explosion where we had, but we want to talk to them. We want to hear from the youth. See, a lot of times we only see them perform, but we don't dig down into the issues and the things that's missing when it comes to our youth. And that's what's so important. It's important for us to heal on every aspect of family so that, okay, so then we go on the 16th, which is that Thursday, we will have the Black I Am Commentary Awards on Soulful Thursdays. And what is the Black I Am Commentary Awards? It's an award show that honors poets and comedians in the same atmosphere. Because there's a lot of powerful comedians out here. There's a lot of powerful poets. And unfortunately, you don't see too many shows that's honoring the comedians and the poets, which is sad because they're usually the ones with the most knowledge. And so we're going to honor the comedians and the poets. Then on the 18th, wait a minute, let's go back to that Friday. Because I didn't even put Friday on the calendar. But I had a thought about Friday. I was thinking that Friday should be the Black Media Takeover Day. I think that we should have all the Black media sources come out and support one another. Yes. I was going to talk to you about that, Sandy. I know this is your first time hearing it. But I think that that's important. While we are building and we're celebrating us, we have to tell our stories through media. So we have to celebrate and we have to bring all of these media sources together to let them know we're not in competition with one another. It's going to take more than one voice. It's going to take more than one station. It's going to take more than one media outlet in order to saturate this world with our stories. So if you're in television, if you're in radio, if you got a magazine, if you do an award show, all of these are sources of media. I want you all to come together with us on Friday, June the 17th, and celebrate one another. Because the next award show that we have after the Black I Am Awards in August will be the Black I Am Media Awards. And so I'm excited about that. Then on the 18th, this is going into what they're calling Atlanta Fashion Week. So it only made sense. The Black I Am Fashion Awards. We got some amazing matriarch and patriarch fashion designers. But we're not only honoring fashion designers. Sandy, tell them who we honoring.
Stylists, makeup artists, nail technicians, locticians, anybody that plays a role in the beautification of our people. We want to recognize and honor them. So we're not just looking at designers, we're looking at anybody, because once the designer throw those clothes on that model, he has to have somebody to beat that face, has to have somebody to do that hair. You know, all those play an intricate role in the final picture. And we need to be able to recognize the role that each one of these professions play, because without one of them, the other ones would not be a complete success. So it's important that we recognize each and every one of them that's coming in here. So it looks like Juneteenth, y'all need to get a little bit rest up after that May the 1st event, you know, so you'll be prepared to come on in here, because it look like in the month of June, with everything else going on, June gonna be a really hopping good time, because guess what else going on in June? It's my birthday. It's my birthday. Yes.
It's a birthday. Oh.
So
and it's so crazy because the Black I Am Fashion Awards is actually on Sandy's birthday. And so we might have to do a little after party or something, you know, a little after party, you know, bringing her 69th birthday, doozing it, you know, it's so important to celebrate our people. So, you know, Sandy works really hard with me, and whatever she wants to do from that point forward, then we will definitely make sure that happen. We got about 10-13 minutes left until our show is over. But I also want to mention, at the Black I Am Fashion Awards, we have our matriarchs and patriarchs of fashion that will be putting on an amazing interactive fashion show. It's going to be so dope. I am so excited. We have Vanessa Henderson. We have Vivian Dinks. We have V Dinks Designs. We have Gayla Rogers. We have oh my goodness, we have Howard Gillespie. I mean, we have, and then we have, oh my goodness, what's his name? He's an amazing fashion designer. And the Black I Am Music Awards is going to be coming shortly too, y'all. We have to honor our people. We got to give honor where honor is due. Hollywood is not going to do it. But at the Fashion Awards, we are going to be giving out our Presidential Lifetime Achievement Awards to our matriarchs and patriarchs, as well as our Black and Fashion Awards. We are going to have a very amazing time, and that is on the 18th. But guess what, y'all? That's not the end of our shenanigans in a good way, because on that Sunday is Father's Day. So we're gonna have, oh, wait a minute. The Black I Am Fashion Awards theme is Beauty Beyond Makeup. So make sure that y'all get that in y'all's head. It's Beauty Beyond Makeup. And the person that's going to be hosting, the female, is my daughter, Maya Oasis, who has Maya Oasis Cosmetics, and her theme is Beauty Beyond Makeup. Her, and we're going to have a male host that's going to host with her, and I know it's going to be a magical situation. But on that Sunday, we have the Dance with My Father family ball. That's going to be so amazing, because, see, we always had a mother, son dances, then we had a father-daughter dances. When we going to have the family dance with the theme of Dance with My Father? And see, Dancing with My Father is not just females. There might be some sons that need to take a step with their father, you know? We're going to step in the name of love, regardless of what Art Kelly done. Some of his music is still powerful. That song, Step in the Name of Love, we're going to be playing that. So I hope that y'all, you know, disregard all the negativity when it comes to that song, but look at, or the person who who made the song, but look at the meaning behind it. And it's going to be an amazing situation where we actually have some very, 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 very amazing people put on ball gowns, come out as a family, dressed to impress, and dance with your father. It's going to be an amazing situation. And if you don't have a father, we're going to have some babas there that'll give you a dance too. So we all going to be in the house. It's all going to be a family affair. I'm so excited about Juneteenth weekend. You know, we are going to be doing a lot of this stuff is fundraising for our school, the Principles of Blackness Cultural and Wellness Academy, as well as our Techno Hub and our Life Skills Center. We are looking for land right now to build our own. And, you know, because honestly, paying these people monthly rents, you know, $10,000 and $13,000 a month coming out of our pockets. I know this ain't only my story. It's a lot of business owners' story. And we have the ability to take that same money and put it into the purchase of land or the purchase of buildings that we actually own. And so these are the things that we're raising funds for. It's not for me. It's for us as a people. And I hope that you come out that week of Juneteenth to support us. Of course, there's still Juneteenth Atlanta, but this is going to be Juneteenth on the South Side. And any collaborations, anyone that wants to be a part, make sure that you reach out to us. You can reach out to us at bpuglobalnetwork@gmail.com. You can also reach out to us. You can also reach out to us on social medias. You can even call my number. My number is public access, 404-944-8544. That's Dr. Angela Harris. No matter if you probably when you put in 404 on the internet, my number probably gonna come up because it's all over the place. And then to end our thing, they made Juneteenth the a holiday, right? So they gave it to us on that Monday. So on June the 20th, we are going to have the Black People Unity Festival. That's how we are going to end. And I know that's a long week, but what y'all can do, drink some good juice, take some herbs, get some exercise, get yourself ready because we have a whole week of festivities. And you need to be there. Mm-hmm. You need to be a part of the change. We can't talk change and not be a part of it. So I am so grateful to those of you who have tuned in today. Grateful for Sandy P coming on the show today that influenced me. You know, because now I'm going to put her up to speak even more. Sometimes I realize I don't even have to speak all the time. See, it's good for the revelation to come out. Because, see, when somebody shows you something, now it's time for them to be utilized in that area. She does business setup. We need to have business setup workshops.
Okay.
Yeah, why not? Going back into SC Pruitt Consulting, you know, because we have to pour back into each other. You know, the things that we do, if we stay in our own lanes and work in our own power, but then collaboratively come together, guess what? We cannot be stopped. And Sandy, what is your closing words for today? And give me some powerful affirmations.
The topic today was loving myself.
It was, I choose life, I choose to live.
I choose life, I choose to live. I'm going to ask everybody to take a minute and reach deep down inside and pull that one thing out. It can be a memory, it can be a person, it can be a goal, it can be whatever it is, but pull that one thing out from deep within that's going to be the source of making you want to live and keep living, because that's something that you need to do. And I want you to reach back inside and think about it, because we got stuff hidden down inside that we don't even think about on a regular basis. So take some time, take a minute, turn your phone off, you know, stop your scrolling, get off the games, turn the music off, hang the telephone up, Just find you a little space. Give yourself about 10 minutes to just completely go into yourself and pull out whatever it is you need to be the strength to carry on.
Wow. That was really powerful. Thank you so much for that. You know, and that taking that 10 minutes out, that's just so hard sometimes because it's not enough hours in a day, but it's mandatory.
Definitely.
That we do that. So I want to thank you for that wisdom, Sandy. And my closing words today is this. Life is every day that we wake up above the ground. That's life. That's our compatibility. That's our responsibility. And that's our action to move forward with our people. Put down the guns on each other. Pick up this gun, your mind. Pick up this gun, your heart. Pick up these guns, your hands, and put them all to work. If it is to be, it's up to me. And remember, you have to release and destroy your pain in order for you to know your real name. A lot of times we don't understand that we're living outside of who we really are. But in order for that to change, in order for our people to be unified, we have to, again, put down all of the things that keep us separated, including the lack of love for your individual self. I love you guys. We will be back next Thursday, and we will have an hour show, and we have some of our guests that will actually be on the mic coming in. You know, some of our people that will get our guests and our artists at Soulful Thursdays will come in and tell us who they are and give us a little encouraging words. Please get your tickets on Eventbrite. And then if not, we will be taking people at the door. We want to make sure that you come out and support. The Epiphany of Loving Myself. When did I learn to love me? And Soulful Thursdays. Food for your soul. We love you, we thank you, and we'll see you soon. Flip it on Sandy.
If it makes sense, we have to go and do it, you know. Yeah, what I man say. Right now, but each and every day I say, oh people now, here I say, freedom, 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 freedom. can control your actions. Prompting you to take their baits that will lead you to self-destruction. With your self-defeating, self-destructive actions, doing exactly what they want. As you fall in their trap, say, up your manipulation, them unleash, them demons and them beast, to rape, ravage and feast. So wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, oh people, to reality. Wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. Wake up, wake up, wake up and free your mind. They create a schooling system, preparing your mind for manipulation with their lies and their propaganda. Desensitizing your minds for more lies and falsification. To the medias and their institutions,